So we're in Michigan today doing an install. So we had the surface area prep, vegetation removed. We excavated down to the proper depth, scarified the receiving layer and the side walls, and he added the sand in 6-inch lifts. In Michigan, we're required to have 12 inches of sand. So we put 6 inches down, we pack it down, we stabilize it nice, then put the other 6 inches down, and then rake it level. And we're just going to start now installing the modules. Now we're placing the modules in end to end with the white stripe up. And we grab them. I got more pounds. So if you see, all the modules have 2 white stripes on them. That just indicates which side is up. But if you look closely at the module, on the downside there's more plastic visible than on the top side. Because we want to keep that fabric away from the sand. Because if you have the wet fabric and the wet sand, that's where you're going to grow your biomat. Here's row number 2 being installed. Nice and straight. They set up their guideline right there. So for this installation, we are using orifice shields, and we're not doing the pipe and pipe method. Make sure you glue the pipe together.
You've got a feel for it. Yep.
So you guys flip it, then put these covers on?
Do not need to be in every toe.
Ready?
1 wire hoop per module. And they're turning the wire hoop so that the ends or the edges of the wire hoop make contact on each side of the pipe. 2 inches a little small, so it'll move around quite a bit. But the wire hoops are even a little big for the 4-inch pipe. You can see how the wire is actually holding the orifice shield in place, and the pipe is making contact on both sides, so it's pretty secure, so that's not going to move around. And here we are, drilling the holes. This is the line coming from the house.
6 inches of sand off each side. Is that pretty common?
Over to the septic tank.
Common, or does it vary from?
Got the septic tank risers over there. So now we're laying the fabric down over the modules. Or we're about to.
It doesn't need as many modules, but needs just a ton of area because the soils are like...
Just take it, roll it out. Make sure you leave extra fabric on both ends, because you want to cover the sides of the module.
Make sure you got enough.
It's easier if you're doing a bed and you have a shovel handle or a rake handle. And if you just roll it down the side, get it even on both sides. After that, we're going to put shovelfuls of sand over the top. But I like to use sand. You can use clean fill over the top. So we got it all the way down to the end. He left himself extra on the end. So right now we're putting sand over the top of the distribution pipe.
Hold up. Let me pull this down.
This way it's going to make the, it's going to prevent tenting on the gray fabric that's supplied by Elgin. Zoom in here just a little bit so you can see that it is holding that pipe down. So we have the pressure turn-ups here on the lateral end, or the distal end, sorry. Everything's just about ready. We're just setting up the connection down on this side for the inlet, pressure inlet. And then the tank is over there. Everything is nice and straight. Once they get the pressurized end set up, then we'll put the sand in, bring the sand up even with the sides. So here's the inlet. Make sure you wrap the pipe around the mod, or the fabric around the modules and around the pipe. They have a fitting
You know, it's in a, you got a
pointing
pump on,
down
it's
right
a pump
there.
to
And
go
that's where the
with.
inlet's going to come in
Then
from the
you can do
tank.
a high-head pump.
So now we're adding sand in between the modules and on the edges. You have to bring it up even with the sides. It's okay if you put extra sand in, or if the sand gets on top of the modules. If you have extra sand, we usually tell people just throw it right on top. That's fine. It's just going to help it breathe better. So now we're going to backfill the system.
In case it looks like the bed is a little bit deep, we're going to grade this down to less than 17 inches of cover, and the soil that we're putting back in there is mostly sand, so it should breathe pretty well, so no issues. If you have more than 18 inches of cover, or if you have clay in the soil, then we have to vent the system.
I said.
Just wanted to make sure they're bringing that grade down. We're gonna figure it out.
Let's see how far we can go. That goes in real good. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Get in there and get it out, man. What's that? Get it out of there.
Now the rule of thumb is the root ball goes out to at least where the branches are.
Big.